All right, I hope you're doing well. So today I will actually do something very funny. So I have some new chess goals. I won't talk about that because otherwise they won't, they won't come through, they won't be realized. Anyway, I will start playing e4 with the white pieces and the French defense with the black pieces. And the idea is to improve and create myself a new, brand new opening repertoire. And I will do that with you. So against the Sicilian defense, I play the Smith-Morra Gambit, and I will basically show you how I am training at chess, how I'm learning, how I'm basically learning an opening theory. I really don't know how long this video will actually be. Probably I will have a lesson in 25 minutes, so I will have to make a break and then start recording again. If not, then not. All right, so bishop b4. I know out of practice from my game with Bilal Belhassen, grandmaster from Algeria, but he's from France. I don't know if you're friends, but we know each other pretty well. I remember, so this is basically one of the toughest line to deal with when you play the Smith-Morra Gambit. I will castle. I have actually a book about the Smith-Morra Gambit, which is not something I would recommend you guys, because this is definitely not good to do, especially when you're a beginner. So I still didn't practice this line for many, many years, so I will just go through, what I know. So here I know that queen c2 is a move that can be played with the idea that if bishop takes, then I take back with the queen. Um, in reality, let's just play bishop g5. Queen e2 doesn't make any sense now. Yeah, let's just go bishop g5. We'll see what I do. Okay, now I'm actually pretty good. Do I have knight d5, which is a move that I know of practice? So knight d5, pawn takes, pawn takes. Okay, he can go f6. I take on the f6. He takes on g5. Um, if I take back, no, I don't think this diagonal is good yet to be open. So let's just go queen e2 and rook d1, which is the classical main plan, main idea. It's probably not the best idea. Probably rook c1 was better. I don't know. If I'm making a mistake, I will basically put that into my my Lichess database just to analyze the moves. Now there is no f6, which is a classical move because of bishop e6, and there is a pin on the d file. All right. So I remember that Bilal played first f6 and then castles, and I didn't have time to really do what I wanted to. Okay, now do I have bishop d3? Feels like bishop d3 is better than bishop b3. He already castled, but if I play bishop d3, does he have f6? f6, bishop f4. No, I want to play bishop b3 because in cases of f6, I would like to be able to play bishop e6. Yeah, in case of h6, my idea was to just move back the bishop. And if knight g6, I would do something very funny because I'm down a pawn, but since this guy isn't moving, this guy is pretty bad, and this bishop on b7 won't really be the toughest guy in this position. I'm asking myself, didn't I have knight d5? Takes now. Okay. Anyway, I already played my move, so it doesn't make any sense to calculate knight d5 anymore. All right. Does he have a queen a5 just to get out of this alignment? Queen a5. So it's not blitz chess, so it's not blitz chess. So I will actually have to explain my moves. I just have to make sure that you hear me. Hopefully you do. Yes, you do. All right. All right. So yeah, if d6, I can play the move a3. If bishop c5, I will just keep playing the position. I will probably play rook c1 and eventually e5 just to take some, just to take some square and then go knight e4 and knight e6. I really want to, I really want to put this pawn under pressure. a3, if bishop takes, pawn takes, I don't see how he's defending this guy. He will have to go e5, but I have knight takes. If bishop takes, there might be some bishop g4, bishop d6. Actually, it's all right. So now he's actually in big trouble, big trouble. Yeah, it's actually pretty funny. f5. All right. So now pause the video and try to find a winning move. I mean, it's clear, simple. It's bishop takes e6. Pin. If he takes my bishop, I win the queen. And now I can just take back with the pawn, or if I take with the bishop, there might be some g6. So let's just play pawn takes. I don't really see the problem. Okay, wait. I don't have to take when I'm thinking about it. Do I have a move like knight h4? I'm not threatening anything. If bishop takes f5, g6. If I move my bishop, there is rook takes f4. So bishop takes g6, bishop h6. He takes on f5 with the pawn. I grab the rook, he takes back. No, I don't think I have anything. So I guess pawn takes is the move if I want to take like that. I would guess queen a5. But then I have bishop d7. So I would guess after pawn takes f5, he will go for queen e8. But then I can just play bishop b3 and he can take with the... Oh, actually, he can take with the knight. All right. So I don't think I will take. I really like my bishop, and I think that if he takes on e4, I will just recapture with my queen, and I'm the happiest man alive. So bishop b3, f takes e4, queen takes e4. Does he have a way to remove my queen from the defense of the bishop? So bishop b3 takes, queen takes d5. No, d5 I have knight takes. Knight takes, rook takes, or bishop takes, or whatever. Okay, but wait. Let's think. Let's think. If I go bishop b3, he might have knight a5. Knight a5, and then I'm somehow pissed. Now, if e5, g5, yeah, g5 is very weakening. So I guess actually I'm thinking about bishop d5 right now. Ooh, wait a second. I think I have knight d5. Knight d5, he takes on e6, and I take on b4. Yeah, knight e5 is a funny move. And if he takes on e4, I guess I can just take on b4. He takes back and queen takes, and I'm winning billions of free tempos. So I guess this is the best move now. Yeah, yeah. He can take if he takes on e6, which he probably can play. I take on b4, then take on b6, and we traded off this bishop for mine bishop, which is of course probably. I mean, I don't want to say it's unclear, but this is the first line that I saw, and now when I'm more deeply thinking about it, I see that if he takes on e6, I probably even have knight c7, and the queen is almost trapped. He will have to go queen d7, bishop d7, but then I just take on a8, and once he plays queen takes, I have rook takes e7, and I'm winning back the exchange, so I'm basically up in exchange, and that is, of course, that feels like winning. Yeah, it's definitely crushing. I will analyze this game afterwards with the engine. I do have some experience with E4. I'm not a title player for nothing. Um, but it's still interesting, for you guys to see how I am training. Um, yeah, I mean, when I'm doing that on my private account with my real openings, and then of course when I play the Title Tuesday, I tend to play my OTB openings, online. I'm sorry, yeah, online, but on the Title Tuesday. And on top of that, the games in the Title Tuesday are on my chess base, in my chess base database. So my games are online, and everyone can basically prepare against me. Um, but I don't care. I don't care. If someone wants to test me on my openings, then he can do that. I was thinking about pawn takes very briefly, but I don't think it's necessary. Let's just take that way. If he takes on e4, I will have bishop takes c6, attacking the rook. And if he takes on f8, on f4, I'm sorry, I take the rook, and he can take back because I take the queen. So I basically stop there. But I guess you do see how I'm thinking in my chess games. I really hope you enjoy that. Yeah, probably if this is the only game that I will have to play, then I guess it will be the only game that I have to play. Just to make sure, because I received a message on WhatsApp, so I have to verify what's going on. Um, they never resign. It's a student of mine that, because I'm playing some correspondence games with my students, all of them, and one of them just asked me, "Oh no, I blundered a pawn against you. Should I resign?" Of course not. Okay, but now do I have something funny? So technically, I can play the move e5 that I really, really like, but after g5, I just have to make sure that I don't lose. I think I have knight, oopsie, e5, and if g5, if bishop g3 f4, but e5, g5, knight takes, pawn takes, I have queen h5, king g7, bishop takes g5, rook h8, and then I should have something, but I don't see it yet. So e5, g5, no. But I really like e5 to be honest. e5, g5, knight takes, pawn takes, queen h5, king g7, and now I have to have something. Ooh, I probably have the move e6. If pawn takes, I can play bishop takes e6, and if rook h8 once again, then I thought I have something, but I do not. All right. It feels like it can be very, very tricky. I like that. E5, G5. Is it sure I have nothing? I can also just play Rook C1 when I think about it now, because I would be threatening Bishop C6 once again. G5, Queen H5 isn't good enough since I'm not having enough pieces into the game. So Rook C1 is a very active way to bring the piece into the game. Why is it active? Because I'm actually threatening. Okay, now I think I have E5 and I'm just crushing. So E5, Queen G6. Wait a second. I think I have something. So bishop takes, bishop e5, queen g6, no. E5, okay, e5, queen g6, and now let's be accurate. Do I have knight h4? Yes, I think so. All right. If bishop takes, I'm sorry, if knight takes e5, of course I just recapture with the bishop, and so that he doesn't win the tempo. And if queen g6, I was really thinking about a move here. Queen g6, I wanted a3, which is very funny. The idea is that if bishop a5, I take on c6, bishop takes back rook d6, but a3, bishop e7, and now I have to find something, and this is where things become difficult. Okay, of course he's uh, not fighting the way I thought he could eventually fight. Yeah. And if he gives me some time, I will go h4. Now, by the way, I have to think about g5. But in that case, if I go g5, pawn takes, queen h5, king g7, bishop takes g5, rook h8. I think I have bishop f6 check since the pawn. All right, all right. So he's definitely not. He pretends not being sensible about my attacks. Does feel like I can win on this pot, though. Queen d2 looks very sensitive, but queen d2, g5. And if, yeah, g5, I really don't like g5, but it doesn't matter. This. All right, no. Okay, let's just go h4. It's probably too much, but if d6, then I have bishop takes c6, takes back b4, queen f3, could this, okay? So it's not good. So after d6, I have to go b4 straight away, and then we have it. Yay, simple as that. Yeah, I think it's definitely crushing. I don't know what's this guy rating, but he played at 5, so he's probably 2100. Yeah, he's 2180. Yeah, guys, if you don't win against 2180 rated players, then you should be ashamed. Of course not. Yeah, yeah. So bishop b6 or bishop a7, and now I wanted to go. Oh, I can't take rook d6 because of queen takes d6. No. Yeah, the only move I'm playing fast is a bad move. So the lesson is never play fast. Yeah, now queen d2 was my first initial idea. It's not like I'm threatening bishop h6, but I might be threatening that. And I mean, he has to find the moves now. I don't have any. I mean, I'm not up any source of material now. But why should I care? I mean, I'm dominating this d7 pawn. He can't move the knight. I guess if he goes knight d8, I just take on b7 and win the pawn on d7. This is really straightforward thinking, and as long as I realize okay, bishop h6 takes queen h7. No. Bishop c6. No. All right, let's just play a very sensitive move which is queen b2. Am I losing after this move? No, I'm not. And the idea is just to provoke e6 at the right time, which would be threatening to take and then win there. But also, I want to open up this diagonal, if we could call it like that. I don't know why I didn't play e6 in that position, actually. Ah, yeah, no, I don't know. Actually, e6 was winning on the spot. Yeah, I realized that I'm missing some tactics. Probably it's because I'm recording. But it doesn't matter if it's because I'm recording or not. I'm missing tactics, so I better. Okay, am I winning now? This. What about rook c8 and I take on d7 takes and queen g8? Okay, if rook c8, I take on d7, queen takes and bishop g8. Now I'm not missing anything. And if d6, of course, I win the knight on c6. If queen f6, then I trade everything off and take on d7, rook d8 and bishop c6. Bishop takes, rook takes. Yeah, this is only winning a pawn, but he's going d8 square. So if he goes that way, yeah, queen b2 was a huge waste of time. That's awful. That's that's actually very bad. Yeah, all right, but it happens. Um, Pretending to be serious, but actually it's very funny. I do respect players streaming the whole time. Okay, now it's just winning a full piece. I don't get it. Thank you for the piece. All right, yeah, but it's also the pressure and the experience, and I will be playing bishop d6 in a minute, so he can't even take back on e6. Yeah, this is absolutely. Ooh, this is a nice move that I completely overlooked. Let's just trade the queens off. I don't want any, unnecessary problems to happen. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just play h5, I guess. And I want to go. Okay, I do want to control some squares. I should have gone rook d7, bishop c6. Yeah, but I'm not thinking anymore. Yeah, this is a very negative point that I have when I'm playing blitz. For example, now I pre-move knight takes e5. So my problem is more of a concentrational type of problem. It's not like I don't know how to play chess. It's just that I have to focus a little bit longer, which is something I tend not to do. Yeah, for example, now I blundered the pawn on f2 with rook d1, king h2, and okay, he didn't go for it. Now he has to trade the rooks, and now I just have to not lose on time. Yeah, thank you. GG, thanks. All right. So let's just look at this game. Do you see the chessboard? Yes, you do. Crazy as it seems, you actually have it. Okay, I played a perfect game. Let's just see what the analysis says. So hopefully my computer won't lag. Yeah, you see everything. All right. So let's just put it that way. It was good. That was good. Queen e2 is wrong, says the engine. Yeah, queen d2 or queen c2. Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. And okay, of course the engine says I'm slightly worse here, but this is normal. This is Smith-Morra. Bishop f4. The engine never liked that. And of course, this is the losing mistake. I thought about knight g6 and bishop d6. It was my idea. Let's see what the engine says. The engine says takes, queen c7, for example, rook d1, and knight a5 just to grab. This is something that I could have found, and I just have nothing here. I just have nothing. I just have nothing here. This he takes, for example. I really have nothing, says the engine. Stopping h5 and playing queen c5. Yeah, this is natural. Everyone will find that. Okay, so probably my piece placement is wrong. Something here isn't matching. Yeah, it's bishop d3. Yeah, I could feel that. I could definitely feel that. But yeah, h6, bishop e3, for example. Yeah, bishop e7. And how do I proceed? I guess, yeah, I just proceed with Mark Esserman's plan. Yeah, which is a4. Yeah, and that way I'm not getting trapped on b3. All right, so I have my new approach. All right. Now I basically know how to handle this position. It's pretty good. Um, all right. I guess it's all right. Let me just put this thing into a new study. Yeah. So All right. This is a new style. Great. I think you don't see the screen yet, but it's all right. E4 road to top 100 chess.com. All right. So we have it, and I will just put this game into the study. What's funny is that the errors that I made and everything that I just did will actually be on my Leech's study. Well, my analysis that I'm doing, on chess.com will actually also be shown on Lichess. All right. Somehow I split the screen, but you can actually see that it's nothing, it's nothing too brutal. Doesn't matter if you don't see everything now. Let me just make it clear for you so that you also see everything. Actually, you don't see anything. Ah, it doesn't matter. All right, it doesn't matter. Let's just go on. Yeah, it was actually a very nice game. So I thought my first intuition was to just, um, yeah, let's just play another one. My first initial thought was to recall for 2 hours, and then I realized that, oh, probably it's not a good idea. And now I realize, okay, d4. So now this is where things become difficult. What should I play against d4? I know what I will play. I will play c6. So I will play the Slav. Oh no, this is why. No, I completely forgot about that. Please, not the Jobava. Please, not the Okay, this is not the Jobava, but I could have fallen into the Jobava, and this is something I will never learn, just because I can and I have to, especially if I want to play the Slav. But now, because the classical London is still not so simple to handle, for very, very good reason. And it's just that the main line of the London system is basically the refutation of this opening. And this crap that I'm playing here is nothing but garbage. Play 92, play 92, play 92. It's even better. Even better. Ooh, this is a very, very funny choice. C4, knight c3. Okay, so now I do have two moves. So I know that white wants to plant a knight on e5. But I also know that I want to plant something on e4. So if I play e5, I'm just a little bit worried about my queen's position on the c file. I already lost a game like that. But if I take on c4, he takes back and e5. I just uploaded a video about my game entitled Tuesday against the Women International Master that did that. Now, is it the same? D takes c4, bishop takes e5 and d5. I have knight b6, so it's definitely not the same. And if takes, knight takes, bishop takes, I should be fine. And of course, there is no e4. And if she does whatever if he does whatever he wants to, then I just trade everything, and I'm the king of the jungle. And if we get to trade all of that, then it will be a very double-edged, London type of position, because I will have a majority on the queen side, which will be a lot easier to use than his pawn majority on the king side, with so few pieces left on the board. So I do like that, to be honest. Yeah, Benedict Russell from England. Actually, I think I'm having a student in 2 minutes from England. Hope he doesn't find this video and he. All right, this is strange. All right, this is strange for two reasons. So the first one is, of course, that I can play on the queen side very, very fast now with b5, a5, etc., etc. But I don't like my queen position on the c file. I could sense some problems here. Second of all, I don't see what this queen is doing there. Now I'm asking myself a question. Since he has a pawn majority on the king side, 4 against 3, why shouldn't I just take? And even though I'm opening up the h file, I will never get mated there. But also, he doesn't really have a pawn majority anymore. Okay, I was sure he wanted to take with the f pawn. I didn't mention that, but I felt like this was probably the only viable idea. Okay, so now I have to be slightly better. I have to be slightly better. Okay. Okay, the first problem that I feel is 92, 94. This is something he can go for. Is it a problem? Isn't I doing something on d4? Not really. All right. If I go rook b8, 92, and let's say queen e5, knight d4, bishop g6. I don't feel giving so much. Yeah, the bishop g6, f4. So on the top of that, I might actually lose the game. Okay, f4, queen somewhere, f5, bishop h5. Actually, it feels like I can attack the king. So let's say queen e5, he takes on b8. Oh, sorry, on b7, I go rook b8. If queen c6, rook c8. I'm not winning. So queen a7, rook b2. And going in queen c6, rook b2. It feels like this position becomes extremely unclear. Mm. Okay, I think I won't play rook b8. I think I won't attack on the king side. I will play rook d8, and if 92, I have 94, and he's giving me this juicy e4 square, and my knight will become extremely active here. I will be threatening some things on d2. Yeah, this is a little bit out of touch. It feels like I have bishop g4. f3 is the most weakening move I have ever seen in my life. f3 takes, knight takes. Feels like it can be all right. Actually, if he takes, I have queen e3 check first, and then knight g4, and I'm winning. All right, so this, and if he goes rook d8, rook d8, I'm actually very happy in a way. It's very, very tempting. You know, yeah, yeah, he traded, and now if he goes bishop e2, I will be the happiest man alive if I could uh, just trade the bishops and then put my queen on d7 to d2 and play a solid position where it's probably equalized, but it feels like I can be slightly better. Um, yeah. By the way, 92, do I have b5? 92, b5, bishop d3, rook takes, no. Okay, my initial idea, like I said, was to play bishop e2 and rook d2, but can't I do something else? Takes, rook d2. If knight c3, I have knight g4, and the position becomes crazy. Rook f1, knight e3, pawn takes, queen g3, and queen f7, and I get mated. All right. And if I play bishop e6, he goes bishop c4. I trade and I go rook d2. Isn't it better? Why not rook d2 on this spot, actually? Rook d2. I'm also threatening rook e2, and after takes, I'm basically winning a tempo on this rook. Am I not blundering a fork? Rook d2, bishop g4, knight takes, and queen c4. This is a beautiful way to lose the game. Hmm. It's very funny that he has queen c4 in the end. Let me think about it. Becomes interesting, and I don't have so much time left. Um, okay, let's just play bishop e6. If bishop c4, I would think about trading and going rook d2. Might be equal, but who knows? In the end, in the pawn end game, I'm the only one that can really push for the win. Doesn't mean I'm winning. Doesn't also mean that I will win at 1000%. Okay, now I think this is just a bad move. How do I prove that? So the first thing I want to do is to trade off all the pieces. Actually, I would be the happiest man alive if I could trade all my pieces with this guy's pieces. So 95. Hmm. All right, 95, rook d8, knight c3, takes. Feels like it's equal. If I go queen b6, or I can also just play queen e5 now. I'm just centralizing my pieces, and if rook d1, I would see if I'm forced to trade off. Yeah, if I go rook c8, queen d2, I'm not sure I really achieved anything. So I guess if rook d1, I will just trade the way I'm doing it now. Can I allow queen d8? So g6, queen d8, king g7, queen d4. G6, queen d8, this queen a8. Feels like I'm losing a pawn. Don't have so much time left to calculate, so it becomes very, very interesting now. Probably instead of queen e5, I could have gone g6 or h6. Yeah, but with the rooks left, probably he wouldn't have gone for rook d1 because it wasn't like my rook was extremely strong and you know completely crushing everything. Yeah, this is a nice move. This is what I wanted to do when I was talking about centralizing my queen. It's more or less what I had in mind. When I say more or less, I mean this is exactly what I wanted to do. c5 is very weakening. Queen d7. Let's trade the queens. Okay, let's just trade the queens. If he takes, I of course take back with the bishop to defend my c6 pawn, and I will just bring the king. Feels like I'm better. I'm a little bit dominating this knight on c3. It's still equal though, but when I say I'm better, I mean it practically. And also it becomes a blitz game, and I'm not in the great. I'm not in my prime in blitz chess. Let's just put it that way. And if he goes for queen a4, I think I blundered. Queen a4, blundered in the way. I mean, when I say that, I mean that I probably wasn't. I didn't pay attention to this move, but I might have fallen into some tropical type of position. Yeah, not proud of that, to be fully honest with you. Okay, I'm thinking about queen a4, knight d5. If he takes, bishop takes, and takes on a7, then I have perpetual check. All right, I don't see the point. Yes, you do see the point, Loris. You do see the point. Don't act like you don't. So if h6, he wanted queen b8 and grabbing my a7 pawn. Yeah, completely messed up, to be honest with you. Knight d5. Knight takes. No. I guess I have to go for this move. The reason why I played that is because I still want to win. Somehow I still want to win. Hmm. It's funny. I was better, and I think queen e5 really lost the whole advantage. But I will analyze that afterwards. Ooh, this is the only thing I never wanted to happen. This is the only thing I never wanted to see. And this is the only thing he did. Crazy. Okay, but this is a bad move. Queen b8. Probably it's not a bad move. Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you? All right, bishop e6. And now I'm actually worse. This is funny. Yeah, queen e5 was a really, really terrible move. All right. Do not comment. You're not a commentator. You're a player trying to win. All right, bishop e6. Now I prove my position quite a lot. c5 is never on the table for some obvious reasons. No, I don't have queen. I don't have queen d6 either because of the trades and e5. But knight c4. Ooh, I have knight e4 in the end. Probably he missed that. Yeah, takes e5, knight c4, and I will either win the e5 pawn or the b2 pawn. And when I say either, I mean I will surely win the e pawn. All right. All right, all right. If he takes there, I will grab this pawn, by the way. Yeah. Wait, I can also take there, bishop d5. No, I don't want this endgame to happen. I will just take there. My plan is to go back. He has this move. I completely overlooked. But I still have knight c4, so probably it's not that clear. I don't know what he's doing. Playing on my time. What am I? Why am I thinking? I have a minute 40. Of course, he's playing on time. Um, I don't have any good ways to infiltrate with my king. I'm completely locked. All right. 94. Do I have knight a5? Takes f6, king there. Does he have a way to defend or attack something? No, he does not. Okay, so if knight e4, I have the move knight a5, and if knight f6, king f7, I'm winning a piece. Yes, I am. Ah, he might miss that. Who is this guy, by the way? 1200. What's going on there? Okay, but this is better for me now. It's surely better for me. I jump that way. If he takes on f6, then I have king f7. And if the bishop moves, then I go king f7 anyway. And he trapped his bishop, if we could say it like that. All right. He doesn't have knight c7. He only has knight c3 or knight b4. All right. I will just bring my pieces. He doesn't have knight c6 yet, because I can just trade and win the a pawn. He will probably go bishop. Ooh, it feels like a blunder. Why does it feel like a blunder? He wants... I don't know what he wants to do. He wants to push, probably. Let's just go king d6. I don't have time to think anymore. It was time to think 10 minutes ago. All right. No, I don't get it. I don't get it. Pushing f5. It was a strange idea to me. It still is in my mind. Please play bishop c6. Act cool. All right. Threatening a5, which is actually more than just winning. Oh wait, I have a5 now. If he goes that way, both pieces there are trapped. Okay, let's just grab... I don't know, let's just take here and take there. Probably it's a mistake, but I can't figure it out now. Slightly too weak. Not a weak player, but... Okay, don't say anything. Oh no. And I lost my mouse today due to some non-seriousness during the travel, and now I'm paying the price. Knight c6, king f6, king f4, bishop somewhere. I mean, I can even just push the pawn. All right. And he doesn't have any discoveries. Just because of that, I'm the king of the jungle. Oh. This is a simple win. All right. Simple win. Really? You really want to play that game? Ooh. That was a very, 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 very good game. That was a very, very good game. That was actually very impressive, I want to say. So of course I want to thank my mother. I want to thank my father. I want to thank my sister. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Uh okay, let me oh no. All right. So I think I might get in trouble for that. So wait a second. Yeah, okay. Wait, what's happening? Why can't I just show you that? What's happening? Oh, wait, I know what's happening. I have to close this one. Why can't I show you what's happening? All right, I have to do something. I never thought I would have to, but I guess this is what I have to. This is not what I would have, but this is what I have to do. All right, so my face, my huge and beautiful face will disappear for a second, and we will analyze this game. All right, so that was a perfect game. It was funnily enough a perfect game. So yeah, so of course I was fighting against the e5 square. Yeah, yeah, don't think about these arrows; they don't make sense. This take makes sense until only here when everything. Yeah. All right, it was a good game. Bishop e2. This is wrong. Yeah, c92 was the idea, but okay. Takes, rook d2, knight d4. Ah, and queen b6. All right, but understanding that this endgame is better. Actually, it is, but and I'm winning the a pawn. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I didn't see queen b6, but it makes sense. I realized that I couldn't attack, so I will show you. Here, I realized that I couldn't go rook d2 because of takes, and queen c. No, not this line. Wait a second. Yeah, exactly. If takes. No, wait. I think my brain misclicked. Felt like I could just. I felt like I was getting forked. All right. So honest mistake. It happens. Yeah. Here, of course, I lost my advantage, but it wasn't queen e5. It was bishop e6. Here he was slightly better, but then I defended well. Yeah, and here he missed this tactical idea. So this is what defending means. You're finding ideas just to not let your opponent march on you. Here I was still better, I thought, practically, because I have a 2 against 1, and also his knight has to defend the pawn. My king was getting into the action. Here I'm definitely better, if not winning. It's completely winning. Here I was very accurate. Actually, I played a perfect game. And my whole explanations were right, which is very funny, actually. I enjoy this type of games. I really, really do enjoy them. And it was funny. And here until the end, I was extremely accurate. Probably he was thinking I'm cheating. This is usually what people around this rating think because they do have, they face a lot of cheaters. This was the game that that's funny. We actually have the same profile picture, same type of profile picture. Anyway, it was my game, and just want to show you the accuracy, 91%. All right, so what I think happened is that I played better, and my opponent, of course, was I don't know. I don't know. This was actually very funny. I do hope you enjoyed. If you still have any questions left, just let me know, and I will be there to answer you. Uh, anyway, thank you, and see you in the future. Thank you once again. Yeah, it was a pleasure. Take care.